know about them Texas boys. What it do, baby?
Tough talk unless you walk the walk. We grimy, we dirty, we New York, New York.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man. Do you understand?
What it do, baby?
Bitch, I'm from Baltimore, you say you was, I never seen you. What part you on? I got some family on the Alameda.
Welcome to Atlanta where the players play, and we ride on them things like every day.
Georgia. Georgia.
Access denied.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool, and fuck you, I'm out.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
I got a love-hate thing with my soundboard. I love it, obviously, like you guys do, but I hate it because sometimes it shows my immaturity level. Salute to the squad. What's going on? Is the juice worth the squeeze, says DJ Coop on the ones and twos. I hear you, bro.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
Let me get a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. I should be good. I got in the habit of testing my stream before I even start, man. Your boy getting better little by little. Salute to Smoke and Talk, Project Leroy, the homie Daniel. I see you. I got a question, Daniel.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man. You understand?
It's not even a question. It's more of a statement than anything. I got you, Project Leroy. I don't know what you're saying, but you know I got that one for you.
They should have never gave you niggas money.
Salute to the chat, man. Let's get it started. Let me get a 1 in the chat to let me know that you guys can hear me. Let me see those 1s in the chat to let me know. Melanin, I see you.
What it do, baby?
All right, cool. I'm seeing those 1s. All right, cool. Let me get a little background music, and then we be good to go. Let me turn this down. This is too loud. There we go. There we go. Salute to the squad. Let's see here. 1s in the chat. Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay, y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me. Good, good, good. All right, cool, cool, cool. Shout out to Clarence Carr. I see you. Shout out to New York. First Man Jenkins. I see you. Eric Jordan. I see you. Gabe Zad. I see you. Salute to y'all, man. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Oh, man, where are my manners? Before we get started, your boy Theo is broadcasting live from Detroit, Michigan. Detroit, Michigan, the greatest city in the United States of America. I need to see the locations in the chat. I don't care if you in UK, if you in, let me see, let me try to name some UK, London, Birmingham, Manchester, Liverpool. Let's get it, man. Let me see those locations in the chat. Let's go. What it do, baby?
What it do, baby?
Mr. Boombastic, I see you, bro. Baltimore in the house. Shout out to Baltimore. You know I got something for Baltimore. Baltimore be treating you right, man.
Jump from Baltimore, you say you was, I never see you. What part you on? I got some family on the Alameda.
Shout out to you, Daniel. Salute to the squad. Salute, Project Leroy. Dale Day, how you doing, Miss Day? Let's see, who else we got here? My sexy Sean. Shout out to Phoenix. Let's see, Daniel checking in. Daniel always hold me down. South London, you better watch out, man. You see Daniel coming. That man hurt you. Salute to you, Daniel. We got Baltimore in the building. We got Central PA in the building. Eastside Detroit. Cool, man. What up, though?
Welcome to Detroit City. I said, welcome to Detroit City.
Lambert's D, salute to you. My sexy strong says, I'm in my bed in Phoenix. Yo.
Bang! It's good.
Phoenix, I think Phoenix not Pacific time, but I think y'all like, what's that, Mountain time or something, like y'all in the middle, so it's what? Like 6:38 your time. Salute to you. I'll be in the bed too. H-time.
Now what y'all know about the Texas boys?
Shout out to Bella Rings. I see you. Alberta, Canada. Luis, I got something for you. Salute to all my neighbors in the north. Man. I'm sorry, I love that drop. Let's see. Rochester, New York. Ashanti in Rochester, salute to you. Theo, you check out your email? Derek, bro, I'm going to block you on my email. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, I saw your email. Yes, I got it, Derek. Salute to you. NYC Chi-Town, where you at, bro? Ace is in the good old US of A. Thanks, Ace. Thanks for that location. Appreciate you, bro. So let's see. Bella Reyes, what's good? Smoking Talk. So let's get it, man. Let's get it. What do I have today? Grown Folk Talk. Make sure you guys subscribe to Grown Folk Talk. This is my real life sister. If we can go ahead and drop those links. Oh, and somebody do me a favor. One of the mods, do me a favor and drop. Excuse me, I forgot what I was about to say. Somebody do me a favor and drop the link to the Painful Excellence. I need to have his, we're going to be reacting to his content. I need to have his channel link. Theo, you dropping the outro today? Oh, yeah, I already got it on here, man. I already got the outro. I got it from the homie 10 Plus Sounds yesterday. Let's see here. Morning, Coop. Your namesake is in out. Facts, bro. Facts.
Bang! Bang! It's good.
Salute to you, Mr. Cooper. Hope you're having a great. Oh my God, what day is it? What day? I think it's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. All right, I'm done. That's like the most embarrassing thing to me when I realize right in the stream, like I don't know what day of the week it is. I'm a grown man. That should not be happening. Salute to the squad. All right, let's get to it. Let's see, Real Bravado. Oh yeah, make sure you guys subscribe to Real Bravado Network. No, bro. I'm already done with it. I moved it, bro. I moved it that way I wouldn't. Bro, shut up. Let's talk about that. Shut up, Glamorous D. Shout out to Jay in Memphis. Salute to you, bro. Let's see here. Okay, cool, my sexy strong. Appreciate it. Let me pin this real quick, and then we get right to it, man, because we're going to be watching, actually, Drew's content. And I think Drew has real good conversations, man, on the Painful Excellence podcast. And on his normal podcast, Drew Titan, he be talking boxing. But in the evenings, he does his Painful Excellence podcast, and I think it's really good. So we'll go ahead and get started. Here, let me grab this super chat from EJ. Hide the money, y'all. I got you, Eric. I got you, bro.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people
around with your broke ass.
Appreciate you. Appreciate the super chat, bro. And let's see here. I got this super chat here from Eric, and then let me read. What did I have? Just a little housekeeping. Oh yeah, nothing. Hit the like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. We want to get a new channel member show. You know, we always like that. And then yeah, man, the channel's 1 year in June. We're trying to hit that 50,000 subs. We're closing in on 35,000. I might have actually already hit it. I didn't even look. Did I hit it yet? Nope. We at 34.9. So we closing in on 35,000. May hit 35,000 subs today, maybe tomorrow. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how close we are, but yeah, we still at 34.9. So yeah, if you guys can do that, and then as well, let's try to get Drew Titan. We're gonna be reacting to his content. If you guys like it, you know, we'll play, you know, part 2, part 3. If not, you know, we'll end up moving on. But yeah, let's see. I think he was less than 50 subscribers, so I'd love if we could hook Drew up with those last 50 to get him monetized to 1,000. Drew, once you get to 1,000, you're on your own. But yeah, man, let's get to it. And then also, as well, the wrenching is still happening. I know I talked about that a few weeks ago, and I took a bunch of wrenches, but I wasn't done. So just to let y'all know, I'm going to be taking a few more wrenches. Don't take it personal. It's just kind of, I got to trim that down a little bit. Appreciate y'all, though. Let's see here. Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 540. Okay. Oh, so you guys are on West Coast time, Pacific time. My sis, I thought it was different. Okay. Let's see. I had the money, already got that one. Let's see what the homie Project Leroy talking about. Take the garbage out. Yo, tomorrow. That's great. That's great, Project Leroy. Y'all looking out, bro. Bro, you looking out. That's good looking, bro. That's good looking. That's so funny, man. It's tomorrow, bro. Appreciate it, man. I'm usually good about that. But you know what it is, Project Leroy? The time where I usually be taking out the trash in the morning, I'm sitting here doing this. So appreciate that, dog. I really do, because that's good. Look at I'm starting crap. I know, Derek. I know. I saw that. I'm like, why? Why is it? I don't think we have anybody in this show from Cleveland. That's what I'm saying. I know my sis is from Cleveland, but she's in Phoenix. That's what I'm saying. Like, you started beef with nobody. You and your imaginary ops. We were just talking about that yesterday, Derek. Don't do that, bro. It's not a good look. Salute to you. What's going on, Sheila? I see you down there. Shout out to Project Leroy. That's funny, bro. Is that what it? Okay, cool. Drew's at 9:52. Okay, cool, man. We're going to be reacting to him today. 75 people in here. I know all 75 of you guys aren't subscribed to the Painful Excellence podcast. He makes real good content over here. We reacted to him versus Femi, which I think Project Leroy named her Femi Ramble, so I'm gonna go with it. He named her Femi. I'm calling her Semi. But we reacted to that. What's going on, Tamarco? We reacted to that. You guys thought it was pretty good. So, and I see a lot of you guys over at Drew's channel when he does his Painful Excellence podcast. So if you rock with him, let's try to get him to 1,000 subscribers. So this particular video, he's just talking to, Drew's talking, and I guess he had been accused of, you know, blaming black women for everything, and you know that's kind of what happens when you speak on unfortunately some of our women's poor behavior, if you will. Just subscribe to him. Okay, first man, we appreciate y'all. Let me know if you guys, let me know in the chat once you guys subscribe to him. I don't know if Drew, I text Drew and told him that I let him know we were going to be streaming. So I'm sure he might pop in for a minute, but I know he has his show to do less than an hour. So yeah, let me know in the chat once you guys subscribe to him. Okay, and let's get it started, man. So that's basically it. Drew addresses that, and then he brings on 2 other women, and then we hear straight from the women. That's the beauty of having these conversations. The ladies say they don't want to hear from the men. Well, I just think it's an excuse. I don't think they want to hear. They don't want to hear the message. Period. In my humble opinion, which is my opinion, but I'm gonna say that shit's a fact. And yeah, I just thought it was an interesting conversation. So you guys let me know. Let's get to it. I'll start the video right now. Make sure you guys hit the like button and let me know in the chat once you subscribe to Drew's channel, The Painful Excellence Podcast. I appreciate y'all. I'm laughing at Project Leroy with the trash can. That was funny, bro. They called me slipping last week, man. They called me slipping last week. Okay, let's get to the video.
Black men, 33%.
So let me start it over.
Okay. Black woman, 26%.
I'll grab the super chat from Cujo before we get it. Okay, cool. Got the video started. Let me grab the super chat here and we'll get right to it, I promise. Hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. I've confirmed it is Tuesday. So see everybody. Shout out to homie Cujo down in the Virgin Islands. Oh yeah, shout out to Michigan. Shout out to the Midwest, man. We finally over this winter, bro. Finally. It's been winter here in Michigan since October. It's gonna be like 7. It's gonna be 80 tomorrow. So yeah, winter is finally over. I just put my snow shovel away with supreme confidence, which means we probably likely to have a blizzard next week, but I doubt it. Shout out to homie Cujo. I ain't got no good threats today. Just get the likes up, bang, bro.
Bang!
It's good.
Facts, man. Facts, bro. I love that, man. Appreciate you, Cujo. Let's get to it, man. Let's start the video. Where's my play button at? Here we go.
I see the family in here. And
shout out to the Virgin Islands.
things were kind of left on a cliffhanger
Jose, I see you.
yesterday, and there was some things said in the chat.
You feeling better, D. Marco?
I was told that it seems that I blame women for everything. Okay.
I bet you don't, Bella.
I blame women for everything. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to define blame real quick. To say or think that someone or something did something wrong or is responsible for something bad happening. That's what blame means. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to introduce you to our sister. How you doing, good sis?
I'm good. I'm good. Hi, everybody. My name is Naraya Shiloh, and I am here to support my brother Drew. And we're gonna figure this thing out. Are we blaming women, or are we just
hit the like
women,
button?
Wanting them to take accountability? Because there's a difference.
Blog Father, I see you.
Yeah, there's a
JC.
difference. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, there she go. Oh, here goes our other sister. Black Vision in the building. Salute, sis. How are you?
Salute. Sorry, I got kicked off. Hey, everybody. Hey,
That's
to
all
the
right.
chat. Sorry
Hey,
about
sis,
that.
how are you?
I'm good, Queen. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Well, we're gonna cook here. I'm gonna read again what the term blame means. The term blame.
Clovis, I see you.
All right. Well, let me give you an example. Blaming others involves making someone else responsible for the choices and decisions that are actually your own responsibility. So when we say blame, am I blaming women, or am I just stating a fact? So I'm going to refer to some of my past shows. Marry Before You Carry was one of my shows. The Men Women Can Do Without. I was talking about the 16% of dudes that ain't worth a damn. How feminism was sold to women. Y'all remember the Cosmopolitan article I pulled up and I went for it word for word? Y'all remember that? Why are women divorcing at a high rate? Y'all remember that show?
Mona D.
Tiara Mack up here twerking on her head with all of that education, but she's twerking on her head for votes in the thong on the beach. Remember that? And she's an educated black woman, by the way. The hobosexual and the women that choose them. Y'all know what a hobosexual is, right? The dude that lives up in your house, eats all your food, drives your car. Why is he living with you? And you paying all the bills, cell phone bills, the rent and everything else. Why is that man in your house? What is he bringing to the table other than good penis? So I'm just gonna jump around here. Let's start here because we always end up here. Okay, black single mothers. I looked up somewhere. It says they're at a 64% rate. I want to know why marriage is down, but
salute Jerome.
Marriage is down. Black single mothers at a 64% rate, but black men are the most involved dads. I want to go to Nira. How do I say your name? I want to get it right.
It's Naraya.
Naraya, let's go to you first, good sister. And I'm gonna step to the back and you go ahead and cook on that.
Okay, what tell me the question again. I'm sorry.
Black single mothers are at like a 64% rate. All right, it's pretty high. It's more than half. I want to know, why are they single? Why do you think black mothers are single? Let's start there. I'm gonna step to the back. You go ahead. And then when you're done, you can kick it to Black Vision.
Okay. I believe that being a single mother is incentivized. It's beneficial to me sometimes to have a kid without being married, because I can still get all the benefits. I can get money for that child. I can get food stamps. I can get childcare. I can get all of these things. What if the man that I had the child with he can't provide certain things, right? The government can. So it's being a single mom would be the route that I would go. You know what I mean? Because it's a means of survival. I can get a house. I can get everything that I need just by having a kid. I'm going to pass the baton over to you, sis.
Go ahead, Black Vision. Go ahead, sis. Cook.
Yeah, I feel like it's glorified. Social media and the internet, you see a lot of that out there, that when it comes to the Black woman, that's the big deal, the baby shower, the gender reveal. That's more important than being a wife. From experience, just from what I've seen, what I know in my own community, that's what it seems like. That it's just a lot of you're striving to be the baby mom, but not striving to be the wife. So with that comes the consequence of being single mothers, and being single mothers at a high rate, because being the baby mama, getting that check, seems to be more of a initiative, tempting, than being that wife.
Absolutely. Omanaz says, haven't we seen this? I haven't streamed this before. I think Smoking Talk did, but no, I haven't streamed it here.
So would you say that it is more beneficial for women to be single than it is to be married in this
Absolutely
atmosphere?
not. I don't think it's beneficial, because a child needs both parents. I saw a study that said that a child
beneficial financially.
I mean, they said that if the report that I saw said that a child that's raised in a two-parent household, right, they have a great chance of success. A child raised with a father will have the same success rate as being raised in a two-parent household versus a single mother. The statistics for that child, being successful is it's not high. So that tells you something, the importance of having that man in that house.
Oh yeah, it's definitely important.
So why? So that pretty much explains, based off of what you said and what Black Vision said. Okay, when a woman decides to be a single mother, because that's what she's doing, she's deciding to be a single mother. It's a choice.
Yeah, it's definitely a choice.
Deciding to be a single mother. Once you decide to be a single mother,
facts, deal.
All right. Automatically, you're setting your child up for failure. Automatically. But the benefits, it's like the women are rewarded for being single parents.
That's what I mean. It's incentivized. Like you get everything that you need. I don't need a man. You know what I mean? I can be somebody's sneaky link. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need to have you in my house, because I'm getting everything that I need without a man, without the father.
Now, are y'all aware anything about the history of this thought process, and how did we get here as a community? Are y'all aware about anything about that? Like how to start?
From videos you shared with me? Yeah. Just from the videos you shared, but before that I didn't know.
Right. Now the videos I shared, talk to me about the videos that I shared with you on Instagram.
So it was just basically about the history of how we got here. Just saying things like pointing out how there was a certain point in time in, I believe it was the early 60s maybe. Or
now the videos 60s, I sent, they were old, weren't they?
Yeah, they were old. They were black and white. But yeah, they were talking about how, like, basically putting the man out of the household, choosing the government benefits over the man of the house, and it just was a snowball effect to where we are today.
So it's fair to say that I didn't make any of that stuff up. I didn't make it up, because I wasn't born until 1975.
No, you know what? Even if you look at the movie Claudine, right?
Oh, and yes.
When and when she had her man, and the welfare worker was coming, they running, they hiding the iron, he hiding in the closet, because you can't have a man and get help. That's what they did to us. That was part of how they broke up the family structure. And even from that movie, Gladys Knight had a song called Mr. Welfare. Have you ever listened to the words of that song, Mr. Welfare?
Sure have.
Oh my goodness. And it's describing exactly what we're living now, magnified, except now they added child support onto it. Before it was just the welfare system, now they've added child support on top of that.
See what I mean? So it's safe to say that I didn't make any of that stuff up. It predates me. It predates a lot of the people in the chat. Okay, with the exception of probably Night Train. You understand? So I didn't make this up. And the reason why I bring this stuff up is because in order to understand how we got here, we have to understand what happened that put us on the track to get here.
Facts. Great point by Drew. And Glamorous D just said something a second ago I saw in the chat about, damn, what did you say, Glamorous D? I forgot. I was just thinking about it. Let's see. Shout out to H. Louise. He says, they depend on the government and yet call themselves independent. Choose money over a man. Bro.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
Absolutely, man. Appreciate it, Ollie. Yeah, I'm going to drop one for you, Louise. I forgot about that since I got you up here. Back to it. And make sure you guys subscribe to the Painful Excellence podcast. We can get him up to 1,000 subs today. Yeah, the link is at the top of the chat. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel and let me know in the chat once you guys do. Back to it.
And the reason why you
remember what you
have to
said, Glamorous
understand
D.
how it started is because
we got to come to a solution.
We're going to be doomed to repeat it if we don't understand what happened. We're going to be doomed to repeat it. That's why everything I talk about, you understand, it's different branches, but it all leads to the same thing. And I'm going to get to that same thing because, you know, it always happens. So I'm just jumping around here.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
How do we, it's great for us to go back to see, you know, what steps were taken and how we got to this point. But I think we also need to figure out how do we let women know that it's a problem, because a lot of them don't even think that it's a problem. So we can backtrack and talk about historical things and what happened.
Just talking about it.
Yeah, but you know, because some of them don't even think it's a problem.
Well, that's the problem in itself. And you see, this is why platforms like this and sisters like yourselves is so important, because when I say things, I'm told that I'm beating a dead horse. I don't kill horses. I don't know what that is. I'm told that I'm blaming women for everything. And all I'm doing is pointing out historical facts. And what's abnormal to me is normalized today. All right.
I apologize for stopping. Glamorous D has said earlier about a lot of women will, and I see this on my page every day, bro. A lot of women will see data and statistics and say they don't care about them and they just disregard them. So Drew's going to bring statistics out right now, but that's the ultimate point. A lot of women just say, the hell with your facts, data, statistics. Women don't, man, you know how many women I've had come in the channel comments and say that they don't believe that 50% of men are childless? They don't believe it. I say, well, hey, you can go to this website and look it up. And of course they won't go look, because in their mind, women have things in their mind seared. One of them is that a lot of the data, that every single man has a child. Every single man has a child, man. And they don't adhere to data and statistics.
You can't talk about anything today. I'll tell her, like, you know, 80% of our black women are overweight. But I'll get on here and I'll say, yo, look, your sisters need to get in shape. And I'll get somebody in the chat saying you're fat shaming. No, you're overweight. Y'all know when y'all overweight. Everyone knows when they're overweight.
Facts.
Let's not do that.
Right.
Okay. So this, I remember when that song came out in the 90s. That's Just My Baby Daddy. That song enraged me. I was in my 20s when that came out. That song enraged me. But you know what? Fast forward, that became normalized. There's more baby mamas out here than there are married couples. Notice I said baby mamas, because y'all not gonna like these numbers. Because when I bring up the numbers, I've had the sisters in here saying that they don't believe in the statistics.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Believe in the data. Okay,
they say that
they don't believe in it. So I was just asking, what do you believe? Now, last show, last week, Wednesday, I was saying, it seems like I'm blaming women for everything. Well, you know what? Tell me I'm saying something without just saying it. All right. But if you look at everything that I've said, I'm backing it up with a numerical, with digits. I'm backing it up. If you can find something else to contradict anything that I've said, please do.
They do with their feelings. That's what they do. It's like, I don't feel that these numbers are right. I don't think. That's not my experience. So their experience supersedes statistics.
Right. And I tell these sisters all the time, there's a world outside your hood. I don't care if you 40 niggas from high school that did the opposite of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is those 40 niggas aren't the 40 niggas I grew up with. Yep. It's definitely not. So let me pull this up. Let's deal with this. National statistics: more than 20 million black babies have been aborted since 1973 Roe versus Wade. U.S. Supreme Court decision legalized abortion in our country. Non-Hispanic black women have a significantly higher abortion rate, 23.8 per 1,000 women of reproductive age, than that of non-Hispanic whites, 6.6, and Hispanics, 11.7.
Look at this, y'all. If you guys aren't watching but listening, I'm gonna read to you again. More than 20 million black babies have been aborted since 1973 Roe versus Wade. I honestly did not know that, man. That's insane. 20 million? That's crazy.
38.4% of all reported abortions in the United States in 2019 were performed on black women. However, only about 13.4% of the total population is black. So 13.4%, but in that 13.4%, 38.4% have had these deletions.
Facts, woke Will.
These are the same sisters that turn around there and say that there aren't any good men. So for them not to have any good men, everybody fucking.
They say that the most dangerous place for a baby is in the womb of a black woman.
Wow. Wow.
And when I heard that saying, right, and it just did something to my spirit.
Did y'all hear that? I have never heard that saying before. The most dangerous person for a baby is inside a black woman's womb. That's that. When I heard her say that the other day when I first saw this video, that kind of hurt me a little bit. Like, damn, man, I never heard that saying before.
Yeah, it's painful to hear that.
It is.
Yeah,
that sucks, man.
We're the almost
nearly
nearly extinct. This ain't a game.
Now listen to this. Those 20 million deletions.
Focus, bro.
Since 1970, what was that? 1973? 2 years before I was born.
I was born in 74.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So 20 million. You think those women were pregnant with black kids? I would like to assume so. A majority of them were. So when these brothers come back and say, yo, look, man, the reality is black women have killed more black babies than police. Time out, y'all.
What?
I like that, Drew. You gotta cool them down a second. I'm gonna grab Clarence Carr's super chat. Good looking, smoking talk. These likes are atrocious. Atrocious. 116 in the building. How many we got? 80. Okay, he's getting up there. Y'all hitting the like button. It was the worst a second ago. Appreciate y'all. Let me grab this. The super chat. I'm sorry, Bill. I was laughing at your previous comment. Go for a walk and drink water. Body shame that. That was funny. Let me grab the super chat here. And make sure you guys subscribe to Drew Titan. I see we got about 3 or 4 subscribers to his channel now. We can get him up to 1,000, y'all. Subscribe to Drew's channel. Mona D has it pinned to the top of the chat. And yeah, let's get him to 1,000 subs, man. It's over 100 of us in here right now. Let me grab the super chat, and I promise we'll get back to it. Salute to the homie Clarence Carr. Got something for you, bro. Clarence Carr says most of these hood boogers don't know what the worst statistic.
It's good.
Salute to you, Clarence Carr. That's funny, man. That's funny. Woke Quill hit it over the head early. What's up, Boost Ninja? I see you, bro. Woke Quill said it earlier when he said they use shade room analytics, man. It's insane. That's just insane to me. And that's why another reason people been asking me, Theo, asking me, Theo, do you do panels? You should do panels. I don't want to do panels, man. I'll do a panel like the homie Kofa. I don't know if he in the chat. Kofa hit me up. He wanted to do a panel with me, myself, Drew, and Broken Traditions. I'll do those panels because I know those guys. But just going on channels and panels with just blind to me because I don't know any of these people. Especially, I'm real hesitant with women because I think a lot of women, of course not all, are just disingenuous. You ultimately end up leaving the conversation not gained anything because you can't have a conversation if women aren't honest. If people, you can't have a conversation, people aren't honest in general, but I think when having these discussions, a lot of women just aren't honest. They're disingenuous at best. Appreciate you, Clarence Carr. Let me grab the super chat here. They don't know what the word statistics mean. Facts, man. That's funny. I'm going to bring that one back up. Let's see here. Shout out to the homie Darius, representing Atlanta. Darius says, being a single mother, being a single mother, sense of control, than these single mothers. Okay, let me read that again. Being a single mother has a sense of control with these single moms. If it was like that in the past, present, and hopefully it was like that in the past, present, and hopefully not in the future. Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The single mothers have a sense of control, man. But it's like Corey Joe, Sloppy Joe. I think I could keep calling you Corey Joe. Corey Joe said it in the chat earlier about how I'm forgetting my thoughts, man. I forgot what Corey Joe just had a good one and I lost it, man. Back to it. I think I'm gonna say that's how it's been working today.
Serious, but that's funny.
Yeah,
That's scary.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now I remember what Corey Joe said. He said about how damn it, I just lost it again. Back to it. Shut up. My bad, Corey Joe.
And when I got on here and tried to candy coat it, y'all don't remember this show? And I'm talking to the chat. Y'all don't remember the show when I said, look, brothers, sisters, we gotta make a deal. We got to put the bullshit aside and start pairing up because our numbers are dwindling. Y'all numbers are doing. You remember when I did that show? I said, look, okay, bullshit aside, we got to just bury the hatchet and pair up because y'all remember this show I did the other week? Who's going to take care of the strong, independent black woman in 30 years? Remember when I made that show? I'm talking to y'all, not saying, yo, look at y'all. This is out of concern. Because if I didn't give a shit, I could clearly get on here and start talking about the latest Kanye West, whatever thing he said. I don't care about that. He got money. He's good. But who's going to take care of you? When y'all partying to Beyonce, all my single ladies, she married to a billionaire. Mm-hmm. These fools, Ciara just put out a single woman song. She's married to a millionaire. What is she talking about? And when I talk about things like this, I'm bullying. I just want to blame women for everything. Wait a minute. And then they say, and I'm waiting for 3 women in particular to be in the chat. They're probably listening or they don't want to make their presence known. I don't know. But look, it was said to me last week. They're single women because these fathers ain't sticking around and doing their job. And I said, okay. But there's a small percentage of fathers that are sticking these women and leaving them high and dry. Mm-hmm. It's a small percentage because the majority are involved in their lives. So what are y'all, children? Y'all don't know how to pick men? The society coddles y'all because y'all are awarded for y'all fucked up behavior. And that's what I've been saying. Y'all chose the government over having us in the fucking house. I said that. But y'all don't want to deal with that. The numbers are what it is. I pull up something else, man. Y'all thought I was gonna let that shit rock? 19.91 million black men in America, 33% account for the black men who are married. 6,570,300 black men. 85% of that number are married to black women, which comes out to 5,584,755 black men married to black women. 69.4% of all black children are born out of wedlock. 30.2% 30.6% of black children are fathered by black men within marriage. 30.6% of 5,584,755 is 1,708,935 black children born within marriage. 13% of unmarried black men are making 69.4% of the children in the, what does it say down there? In the black community.
Pause to let that rock one more time. This is the data right here. This is the data that can't be refuted. 13% of unmarried black men are making 69. 13% of men make 70% of the babies, man. 13% of the men make 70% of the babies. All of us men are not out here with a billion goddamn kids and a billion, billion children's mothers. But I think this goes to the things that's already drilled into a lot of our women's head. And one of them is that every man has all these children and we're all just reckless out here. And another thing, side note, we're all serial cheaters, because I just kind of covered that in another video, which absolutely isn't the case. But they have these notions drilled in their head, and it doesn't matter what statistics, what data you present to them, because they feel like it's incorrect. It's the same dudes that's out here spitting out these babies, man. I have a whole bunch of childless men who aren't young, like in their 40s, with no men in this chat, man. It's crazy.
Read that last bottom line. 13.2% of unmarried black men are making 69.4% of the children in the black community.
Those are the habitual baby daddies.
Yep. Facts.
Ladies,
to
the ladies that this applies to, y'all fucking the same dude.
Yep, it's the habitual baby daddies. Those the Nick Cannons of the hood.
You ever heard of community dick? You ever heard of that? That one dude that hangs around these group of chicks and he slept with all of them at some point within the 2 year. I knew dudes like that. I've been that dude. Difference is I strapped up. Community dick, y'all heard that?
Yeah.
13% of these dudes are responsible for almost 70% of the births out of marriage. Y'all don't know how to pick men. I said that. I've been saying that. But y'all don't believe in facts, data, and statistics. That's fine. But you look at the community and it's proving me right. Show me something different. Am I blaming women for everything? Or are these the numbers?
These are the numbers.
Mean, you gotta look at it. If you meet a dude and you know that he got 5 other kids,
talk to him.
What makes you think that your 6th, 7th child is gonna be different? Like, what's making you different?
Bang! Bang! It's good!
I want to defeat it like Mayweather said, smoke and talk, I hear you, bro. What she just said was spot on. That's something that I've been saying. That's something y'all been saying. If a woman gets with a dude who already has 3 kids by 3 different women, and he been an ain't shit parent to all 3 of them little bastards, what you think you gonna make? Bastard number 4? But these women don't care. They will reproduce with these men anyway. King Pookie, holla at your boy. Now, King Pookie said, I told every last one of these women what it was. Do I think he told every single last one of them this is what it is initially off jump? No. But I'm pretty sure he let them know in some way, shape, or fashion, or if he didn't tell them verbally, you know what he told them? By his prior goddamn actions of not taking care of the other bastards he already created, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to Drew Titan's channel. It's pinned at the top of the chat. Let me grab the super chat here from Darius, and then we'll get right back to it. That's crazy to me, man. That's crazy to me. They sit back and look shocked. Sit back and look shocked after a man you already know. No accountability. Darius says, the prime example of Drew's stats is the Pookies with 7 kids at 27 and 7. Yep, bro.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
I was saying it, you was typing it, man. The exact same thing. Darius, you're right, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. And then they act surprised as if, like, how could he do it? No, you did yourself like that. Congratulations. You played yourself. Like, you did it to yourself, man. Let's see here. Who we got? Alboski, welcome to the squad, bro. Salute, man. I'm gonna give you another one, bro.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
Air horn 2. Welcome to the squad. Let's see, what is it? Alboski, I'm sorry. I know I've seen your name a lot recently. I know you've been in the chat recently. Salute to you, man. Let's show Alboski some love in the chat, man. Appreciate you, bro. Let's get back to it, man. Appreciate it, man. Do better, squad. We're growing 1 member at a time.
Other 5 baby mamas.
Right.
Right. But then you want to say he made me, he tricked
Exactly.
me, he manipulated me. No, he didn't. He did that 5 other times. You saw his behavior. That's your choice.
Exactly.
Come on.
Sis, I told the story. I did a whole show on this dude. My boy plays ball with this guy. He has some sort of league. Right? He plays with this dude. This dude, I'm 6'2". This dude's like 6'5", 6'6". Slender dude. He looked like a young Rick Fox. You know the ball player Rick Fox?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like him. He got that. He's one of those Negroes with the good hair, and he got like green eyes or something. And I just met him that night. Me and my boy, we went out for drinks or whatever, and we at this lounge. And you know, I'm like, yeah, man. So what do you do for a living?
Oh my God. Oh my God, Jose.
A little this, a little that. In other words, he's unemployed. I'm like, all right. So we talking about children, whatever. So, you know, I'm a family man myself. I'm married happily. I'm like, what about you? And he smiles and he says, yeah, you know, I got 5 kids, you know. I say, really? I said, well, what's your story? In other words, how many baby mamas you got? He said he had 5 kids, right? 5 women.
No.
5 women.
It happens every day.
I sat back and I said, word? Right now, the first baby mama, if she came to me and said, I got hoodwinked, I'll let her have that. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know. But 2 knew about 1, 3 knew about 2 and 1, 4 knew about 3, 2 and 1, and 5 knew about all of them.
Yep.
Right? And he's sitting there
and
with this
5
smirk on his face.
5 thought she was the cure-all that was going to change him.
That's right.
It's like a 20-card pileup. Like after the first 2 cards hit,
Facts.
like when you get to like the 17th, 18th, 19th card, like you didn't hit your brakes. Like that's what it's like. Like
no, and it's horrible. Now,
and you know what? I'll use this opportunity to get the ladies' opinion on this. Ladies, Mona D, Dale Day, ladies, let me know. I'm speaking strictly to the ladies right now. The Bella Rings. Is it that they just don't care? Is it that they just don't care? Is it that fuck it, I'm gonna get this government assistance? Is it just the want, the desire rather to just have a baby? I would love to hear the women's. What do you guys take on it? Because it's not just one thing, and I think somebody in the chat was alluding to that as well. It's not just one specific reason. I think it can be a multitude of reasons. But I would love to hear the ladies' opinion on it. I'm going to look for you guys in the chat. Because Drew, I see you.
But wait, it gets worse. He's sleeping with 4 and 5. He's still sleeping with them. Okay, he's still sleeping with 4 and 5.
Hit the like button.
Right? He's engaged to be married to this woman that works for sanitation. He's about to marry her. He's sleeping with her. All right, so he's about to be married, sleeping with the fiance. He's sleeping with 4 and 5 baby mamas, number 4 and 5. He can't work on the books because everyone is waiting for him to get a job so he can pay child support.
Like you should have, Bella.
And he's talking to me like, yo, man, you know how it is. You know how it is. You know how it is. And I'm like,
no, I don't.
Nah, I don't. And here's the funny part. He ain't got a dime to his name because he lives with his mama. He ain't got a dime to his name, right? And I said, wow, that's not Nick Cannon. That's not Future. That's not NBA Youngboy. He has not a dime. But as we were sitting in the lounge, some chicks at the bar walked up to him. Excuse me, what's your name? And he told them. She said, oh, yeah, my homegirl, you know, my girl over there, she thinks you're cute. You know, here's a number on the napkin. And I'm like, she wasn't sitting here.
Facts, Drew.
When we was talking, she didn't hear anything. And I told my boy, I said, you know what I think? I don't think it mattered much. I don't think it mattered much. Nope. Handsome brother. But yeah.
Because they think we think that we are the one that is going to be able to change this man, make him be this upright citizen. He got potential. If I love him, give him this good stuff, you know, he going to be different with me.
And I want to see you guys. I want to see the ladies. I see the ladies responding. Cool. I'm going to bring those chats up because I really want to hear from you guys. But I just want to read this chat from Grown Folk Talk. It starts with reckless, unprotected sex. Think about our cousin. Okay. So I have a cousin. I don't think she watched my podcast. I doubt it. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to say any names or nothing like that. I have like 100 cousins, by the way. But there's one particular cousin. My son is 16. I had my son when I was married. I was married. I was in the military. I was still young. I was 23 years old, but that's what it was. At the same time, my cousin was pregnant with, at the same time my wife was pregnant, my cousin was pregnant. And I'll never forget, Grown Folk Talk told me something that my cousin told her. So basically, my cousin called me when she was pregnant, asked me what she should do. She didn't have any children. The dude that she with, correct me if I'm wrong, Grown Folk Talk, I think he had 2 to 3 children by 2 to 3 women at the time. He would go on to make like 5 or 6 kids by the same amount of women. But I think at the time he already had like 2 or 3 at the most. I'll give him that. My cousin, and my cousin asked, what should she do? I said, she should get a goddamn abortion. I told her, yo, you pregnant by a dude who's not even there for the current kids he have, you shouldn't do that. And I'll never forget what my sister told me. My sister told me that, you know what cuz said? My cuz said, damn, that's crazy. Theo telling me to get an AB, but he ain't telling his wife to get one. And I was like, you know what? I did not have a foot to stand on that. She was 100% right. But you know the goddamn difference? Do you know the goddamn difference? I was motherfucking married. I was married. The woman that was having my baby was having that baby with a fucking husband. And I was in the military. Anybody know what my vets? That's good. Yeah, it's better than just being a pookie out here. I'm gonna have those all the medical coverage. We gonna be good, and we were good. But that was my cousin. That was what she got out of that. Theo telling me to get one, and he ain't about to tell his old lady to get one because we're having a baby together, motherfucker. You're having one alone. That's the goddamn difference. So my ultimate point is this. My cousin had that baby, and that baby is a teenager now, same age as my son. My cousin would go on to wait. After she had that baby, she didn't have any more children for about 10 years. 10 plus years. And then my cousin would go 10 plus years without having any more children. Probably over 10, probably like 10, 12 years. Then she would proceed to have a baby with a dude who, no bullshit, Grown Folk Talk, correct me if I'm wrong, a man that already had 10 children. I think she gave him baby 11 and 12. At 35 years fucking old at this point, man. This shit is crazy. Back to it. I just had to share that story, man. It just blew my mind. Not only that she did that, but she went 10 plus something years. Oh, she was well in her 30s. You can't use that I'm young excuse when you're 35 years old and choose to have a baby, choose to have 2 babies by a dude who already had 10 children by 10 different women. Back to it.
Right.
Now, let's pause right here. Did I say anything that was fraudulent in reference to where we at as a community? Did I say anything fraudulent?
No.
Am I blaming women? Because you remember what I just read what blame meant.
You're not blaming, you just highlighting some key points.
Just stating facts. It's fact. At the end of the day, you could get mad or not. And if you do get mad, then the facts is probably talking about your ass. Because anyone with common sense can see that us within the Black community, there's a huge problem. And clearly it shows that Black women, you're a part of the problem. So it's common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So now, the sisters that I was going back and forth with, they're not in the chat. I don't know. They might be listening or whatever. One of the sisters says, okay, well, what's the end game? I'll get to that later.
Good point, Mona.
But I want to pull this up right here, because, people don't believe in stuff. Look, Black marital status. Okay. Married, Black, 30%. Divorced, 12%. Never married was 50%. Right?
Good point, Bella.
In between, you see separated, you see divorced, and you see widowed. Black men, 33%. Okay. Black women, 27%. Black men never married, 52%. Black women, 48%. Now listen, all of this talk about women being boss chicks and everything, I'm just wondering.
And I'm sorry to pause it again. D. Barco says your cousin was a professional point mister. Facts, but here's the crazy part, and Grown Folk Talking back this up. My cousin is intelligent. She's intelligent, man, but not having it. Her dad wasn't around like that, man. But it just blew my mind, man. It's one thing to have one kid in your early 20s, but the fact that she waited 10 plus years and was well into her 30s and had her second and third baby and baby number 11 and 12 by him blew my fucking mind, man. It just blew my mind, man. I could never look at her the same. But I'll give her this. She owns it. She takes full accountability for her actions, which is rare. She would look you in your face and say, I fucked up. 3 times or twice, however you want to look at it. I'll give her that.
Where the bosses at? Sisters go to school the most, and y'all get the most education, but y'all turn around, y'all got the most student
There you go, TP.
loan debt, and it's hot girl summer from the age of 18 to like 35, and these women just seem to think that we're disposable things. We're just going to be around whenever you're ready. And what's been happening lately, what we found out was that women are being more responsible with their penises, which was a total contradiction of what we've seen on television and what we've read about and heard on the radio. Because black men are irresponsible. We knock chicks up. We don't stick around. Come to find out that was a lie. We're the most involved, whether we're married or not. If we got a baby mama, we're still involved. We're still involved. The numbers prove that. Now, I can't speak for anyone else's situation in the chat because some of the sisters might have a horror story, but that don't speak to a lot of my friends. Some of my friends got children out of wedlock, but their kids are grown now, and they love their kids, and their kids love them. They never had that problem. But here's what I'm asking. Being that men are responsible for their penises, why is today's modern woman mad at them for that? I don't know.
Who are you to have standards? See, black men have been taught to just take from black women, right?
Facts.
No matter how bad we act, no matter how, funky we talk to you, you all have been trained from your mamas, your grandmamas, your aunties. That's just how women are. You know how women are. And so now the modern man is like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this attitude. I'm not dealing with you talking to me crazy. I'm not dealing with you feeling like you don't have to contribute anything in this relationship. I'm not dealing with you with this entitled attitude. And these women are like, who the hell you think you are? Well, I'm going to go outside my race now to see if I can find a sucker that's going to let me behave this way and act this way. This is why they started that whole we divesting from you guys now, because that was a scare tactic for black men to act right. To be like, oh no, they're going to leave us and go, with the white boys or the Hispanics. But when brothers was like, okay, divest, we're going to get some passports. What happened?
Uh-oh, stop right there. Stop right there. Now you see, family? Every conversation I had, it always ends up at the passport, bros. Now,
Facts.
I didn't do this. My guest did. You see? You see? And that's a black woman talking. These are 2 black women talking.
Holy shit, Drew. Cuz Drew.
You see? She mentioned passports. I said nothing. You see? Go back and watch last week's episode. Watch the last hour. And I said last week, isn't it always funny how it always ends up at the passport bros?
Thanks, Daniel.
Why do they exist? They're not brothers that just took an action out of nowhere. The passport bros are a reaction.
Facts, Drew. Let me grab the super chat here. It says 12 kids. Yeah, man. And I don't know if you guys just saw the chat that I had from my sister. She had it on here. She's book smart, but just stupid. When it comes to men. Random fact, my cuz found out I had a podcast, was like, oh, you got to have me on there. Theo, you got to have me on there. I was like, no, I don't think that's going to end the way you think it will. I wouldn't be opposed to having her on here, but I'm not going to have her on here if y'all just bashing her motherfucking ass. What she does, like I said, she has to be accountable for her actions, but that's at least one thing I give her is that she owns that shit. She owns it. So I don't know. I thought about maybe having her on, but hey, cuz I ain't seen you in a while. Come on my podcast for you to get slaughtered by 200 people. That's not going to happen, y'all. Shout out to First Man Jenkins. Who gonna check me, Boo NG? Facts, bro.
Bang! It's good.
Facts. Now, who gonna check me? Exactly. And I think it was Bella Rings who said it earlier as well. I apologize if it was another one of our squadettes. But yeah, they alluded to that having a baby, making a baby as a single mom, you don't have to adhere to a man's rules, basically. So appreciate the super chat, man. Let's get right back to it. It's passport time, bros. Let's see. I have 2 sons over 25 who refuse these women. Facts to you, Dale. Facts. Absolutely. Let's see. Let's get back to it.
It's a reaction.
Yep.
And it's been brewing since 1965 of us being thrown out the house, a black woman choosing the government over us.
Talk to him, Bella.
Us being told we wasn't shit. We'll be dead in jail. We sell drugs. We're bad parents. Okay, we're just bad. Come to find out, a lot of us said, you know what, I'm not like that. I don't know where they're getting this from, but I'm not going to live like that. Turn out, millions of us say, no, we're not like that. Come to find out. And all they told y'all was, we'll pay for your food. We'll put a roof over your head. Just go to school. And what's happened to the economy? Our economy's fucked off. What's happened to the raising of our children? We're raising a bunch of soy boys and women that think like men.
Facts. I know Drew about to cook. I got a super chat I need to grab. I'll do that while I'm grabbing that. Mona D says, my son's 11. I have a friend who is also 11. His father has 16 kids and he's the youngest.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Dude, he should be in prison. I'm sorry, man. I think these people just these serial baby makers, man. I think this dude should be locked up, bro. I'm sorry. I know we'll figure out something with the women who keep making babies with them. But these dudes, that old 13%, you motherfuckers, y'all should be in jail where you can't make any babies. It's either that or castration. I'm not really a fan of that, forced castration, because I'm not even want to go there. But yeah, absolutely. He's the youngest, and you never see the father around. His father is damn near 70. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But I said that about, I had a recent, my aunt passed away a couple months ago, and that's when the family got together. And my father, out of all my cousins there, my father was the only father who was at the funeral, and that's just how it always was. My pops was out of all my cousins, too. Where's that super chat? Let me grab that one. I promise we'll get back to it. Let's see here. No, I saw it. There we go. Let's see. Shout out. Excuse me. 1 second. Shout out to the homie Aunt T. Salute to you, bro. Aunt T says she mentioned divestment and said that passport rolls were results of divestment. 2 sides of the same coin. Oh, facts, bro.
Bang! It's good.
Absolutely, and that's what Drew was just alluding to. Absolutely, right when you were typing, it's the same exact thing, man. The passport bros was, was the other end of the divestors, man. Absolutely, it's the same thing. There's a reaction to their movement, and the divestment stuff. I always say it's silly because the majority of people in every racial group marry intraracially. So yes, you're going to have some oddballs that's interracial, but the vast majority is intraracial. So, and I say this. I don't even think this is an unpopular opinion. White dudes ain't into sisters like that, man. There are some, and I don't think sisters are into white dudes like that. There are some. I don't think the majority of them even rock like that. But white dudes, especially, not gonna get with no hood booger. Like that's 2 different cultures. It's just 2 different cultures. I wouldn't want some trailer park chick. No, man. This is different cultures, man. Let's get back to it.
And they're not.
Make sure you guys subscribe to Drew's channel, Painful Excellence Podcast. Mona has it pinned at the top of the chat. Let me know when you guys do that, man. We need to get him to 1,000 subs.
They're getting all this education. And when they graduate from school, instead of getting something that's an infrastructure, what are they doing? They're getting secretary jobs that pay $42,000 a year. But the man with a high school education, he'll stand up on that building and risk his life and build a building with beams and bricks, and he'll make 6 figures and have a high school education. But the wife makes $42,000 and she's a secretary supervisor.
That's crazy.
She thinks she's better than him because of that goddamn bachelor's.
We talked about this the other day.
Backwards. We were hustling backwards. And all I said was, in 1965, the black woman chose the government over having a man in the goddamn house. And I was told that I'm blaming women for everything. And then I said, all of this, the passport bros, this was the last straw. And I told y'all, when I had Rachel Dornaire on here, for y'all sisters that don't know, Rachel Dornaire is married to Nonito Dornaire, Hall of Fame Filipino boxer. And she got caught up in this shit. She called me on the phone and asked me, what the fuck's going on with the black woman dumping on the Filipinas? And I had to explain to her, and I couldn't just tell her in 10 seconds. had
I
to
saw
tell
that
her,
stream too. That was a
well,
good one.
Rachel, you got an hour. And I said, I'm going to start in 1965. And we was on the phone all that time.
Facts, man.
Because I had to explain it, because to her, it came out of nowhere. Because she was like, what happened? What did we do to her? What did we do to them? I said, nothing. You know what's happening? Niggas is going to your island and marrying the women. That's all.
And they don't know, and black women don't know how to compete with those kind of women.
They don't.
We know how to compete
Facts,
with
Arissa.
each other. You know, we know how to compete with a white girl and maybe a Hispanic girl, but now you going all the way over to these other countries. We don't know how to compete with these exoticals.
And here was the bad part. I was trying to prevent that, because here's what happened. Black men, we've developed a thick skin. We've learned to tune the negativity out from irrational black women. You know, I've been doing it since my teens. Oh, you motherfucker, da 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 da, and shit. Shorty, this tall be talking like she gonna kick my ass. I'm like, oh man, and I'll just leave her standing there. I don't get into that. I just whatever. I'm out of here. But what happened was we tuned them out, and I don't consider. Of course, I'm not a passport bro, but I support what these brothers are doing, right? These brothers tuned them out, but what these sisters did was they went on and insulted the women in these other countries. That's how this started. So I told the brothers, listen, don't get involved in that. Don't get on your simp shit and start trying to defend what does Dennis Sperling call it? Your gotta simp chip.
Yes.
Don't leave it off. Turn it off, rip it out your head, crush it, and throw it on the floor.
But that's a tactic that black women use, though. That's part of the manipulation. You know what I mean? To get you to do what we want you to do.
Right.
You know, again.
Treat me like a queen. I'm a queen. Treat me like a queen. And I feel like what really, when it comes to the passport bros and black men, period, I feel like we've gotten to a place where black men know their value, understand their value, and are demanding respect from black women. That's where I feel like we're at. And that's why they're like, we're not putting up with this.
We're very simple creatures.
Being degraded.
And the worst of the worst that these women talk about, that's a small percentage. I never said men are perfect. I said it's just a small percent. It's not 50-50. And you see, you ever been in a debate with someone and they just say, look, we agree to disagree. No. That means you still on that bullshit.
Facts, Drew.
Don't say, well, I feel. No. Your feelings are based off of just that, feelings. I deal with the facts. I feel I shouldn't have to go to work tomorrow. It's about to snow.
Bang.
I drive a bus. I feel I shouldn't have to go to work tomorrow, but I can't call out. I gotta go. That's just it. I feel I should stay home. But the city of New York says, you're gonna be in big trouble if you don't show up. That's just it.
It's good.
Bro, facts. And salute to Drew, man. Salute to Drew being a bus driver in New York City in the snow. Jesus, that sounds like hell on earth, but I know he make good bread. Salute to him. Bella Ring says, but they have femininity and cooperation for men of other ethnicities. Facts. Which mean black women can be feminine with black men. They choose not to.
Bang! It's good.
And I'll add on to that, Bella. They can be cooperative. They can be cooperative and feminine at work, or at least cooperative at best, not be argumentative and combative at work when that goddamn paycheck on the line. That's how you know it's cap. Black women absolutely can be cooperative because they do that shit at work every motherfucking day. They just choose not to. Excuse my language, by the way. I'm trying to improve on that. Do better.
So fuck your feelings. Fuck your feelings. We're dealing with reality here.
That's the reality.
But you know what, though? You know what, though? I mean, if we look over like the past 10 years, this is when this whole black women thing started happening, when they started becoming the new Karens. You know what I'm saying? When they started with the black girl magic and
Facts,
all of this stuff. They just started perpetuating and feeding all of this
independent black women.
Entitlement. Yeah, and they left black boys out, right? So you got black girls rock, not little black boys rock, right? So that's where the separation and stuff started. That's where they started pumping up their heads, and now we are here. And then you got the boss bitches, the bad bitches, the hot girls, the city girls. I'm going to get my body done. I want to, perpetuate this image.
Fucking for a bag.
Yes.
For shoes, fucking for clothes.
I got that. All of that stuff. This is why we have what we have, and what burns.
Fuck nigga free.
What does that even mean?
Exactly.
That one. I'm like, come on. Like when I was young, I loved black men. Like I've always loved black men. You know what I mean? I've always respected black men. I was a 5%er growing up, right? So like in my teenage years. So it gave me a lot of knowledge of self and understanding and really being able to respect the black man. And I think that a lot of these modern women, their mamas, the school systems, nobody is teaching them the importance of black men.
That's exactly what it is.
I agree with her on that. The other day, since I will speak for myself, I got fired from any job, so I do not or did not submit. Oh yeah, absolutely. But when I'm talking about that, I'm just meaning you have women who won't act right worth a damn, and you know this deal in their relationship, but they can go to work every day and manage to get along with people. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about going to your job and you fall into your knee, because I don't feel like you should be doing that for any goddamn employer. That's why I'm self-employed, because I ain't been in the knee for nobody. But I get it. But no, that's what I'm speaking on. Just acting normally. They can manage, these women can go to work for 10 years, 20 years, work for a company and not have any issues and be argumentative as hell at home. That's what I'm talking about.
How do they contribute? Because you growing up in a single house with your mother, your aunt, your grandmother, so you don't have a man in the house.
I'll be looking on likes.
Except maybe your brother who y'all all boss around and make him y'all slave. You know, they're not being taught what a black man is. He more than just a penis. He more than just a check. That's your protection. That's the one that balances out your mama when she bugging out and screaming, daddy come through and calm everything down. You know, with a nice, gentle hand, you know, and that's what these young girls are missing.
Yeah, that's just the consequence of being raised in a home where there's not a man. How are you going to recognize what a black man is if you weren't raised around one?
That part.
Let me read this. The truth, black fathers are more involved. We cannot equate the number of unmarried dads to the number of fatherless children. First of all, marriage rates don't necessarily reflect the number of black fathers living with their children. As writer Josh Leves point out, the majority of black dads, 2.5 million of around 4.2 million, do live with their kids, even if they're not married to their partner. That was from the CDC, y'all. That was from the CDC. And I'm looking at something here from blackdemographics.com. African American income, median earnings biweekly, 25 years and older men, $991 a week. 25 years and over for black women, $867 a week. But they are kicking our ass in education. They got all these fancy schmancy degrees, but they're not reflecting in the bank account.
Yeah, they can't even pay for these degrees with the jobs that they're getting. And
now
you're the most enrolled.
Now watch this. I'm glad you said that, because they're the most enrolled, and by the time they're 35, they're done. They got their degrees, but now they have a student loan, and now they want to sit down, and if they're lucky, they ain't spit out a child between 18 and 35. And now they're out on a date with a man that is childless, who's accomplished something, and he has to factor in, okay, if she becomes my wife, that student loan, that $100,000 student loan debt, I'm responsible for that. I got to pay for that. Because a lot of these sisters, they want to be stay-at-home wives, stay-at-home mothers.
Could we unpack that a little bit? Like,
yes, let's go.
With that same situation you're talking about, with this sister who, she 35, got the kid, trying to find a man, right? Mm-hmm. How could you want to be a stay-at-home mother and this is not that man's child? Like, how do women think that somebody else is supposed to go ahead and do all of the things that the actual biological father didn't do, but you requiring this man? We a package deal. No, we're not.
She's about to cook right here. Salute to you, Jazzy. I see you. But she just brought up something I remembered about a KS video that I could not find to save my life. I've been wanting to react to this video forever. It's not even a long clip. I remember Kevin Samuels talked to a woman. I remember she has some thick-ass goggles and shit, like some thick-ass eyeglasses. And he was talking to this woman who had 2 children by 2 different men. And he asked her, what does she do for a living? And she said, I'm a stay-at-home mom. And he was like, a stay-at-home mom? She was like, yeah, I'm a stay-at-home mom. And he said, how are you a stay-at-home mom with no husband? And I just thought that shit always, I'll never forget that video. I could not find it to save my life. I never forget that. And the thing about the woman was that she was bashed. She had 2 children by 2 different men, and she was bashing both her kids' father. And he was like, but your children's father are taking care of your children. No, they just pay support. And he's like, well, they're taking care of them because they're taking care of them to the point that your ass don't have to work. And she just didn't even see that. She was too busy bashing them while praising herself for being a strong, independent, single mom who didn't have to work. It's just insane, man. Back to it.
Right.
I wish I could find that video.
And they would have the nerve to get mad if the man says no.
Yes, he don't want it. No, I don't want to raise nobody else's child.
Right, and then be quick to turn around and be like, oh, well, I don't want to deal with you or your baby mama drama. So if you got a baby mama, I'm not messing with you. But I want you to come over here and play stepdaddy to my kid.
It's a bad deal.
And me playing the baby mama to your kids, they live with their mother. My child is gonna live in a house with you. You're gonna pay for this child. You're gonna be a part of this child's everyday existence. I don't understand that.
And they talk.
It's a bad deal. I just one of the brothers on the gram just shared me a video. I think I sent it to you, Black Vision, where this dude was having a complete meltdown. Baby mama was recording him, but the kid was like spraying him with something, right? And he was so frustrated. He had a full beard. He was spitting on his beard.
I remember that video. I remember
she got
that.
the phone up recording him, and he's talking about what he pay in the house, whatever. And this little badass little boy is squirting him with something. And I'm reading, and it's not even his child. I'm like, man, that's all I could do not to field goal that kid.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? That's a bad deal. He paid for everything in there, and I don't know what she did to piss him off. But when you get to the point where you're having a meltdown like that, it's time to go. It's a bad deal.
But
and
wait,
all
but
we're saying,
how is she allowing her child to disrespect this man, and she's recording it, not stopping her kid? Like, she's not saying anything to the son.
No,
she's just
she let him do whatever he wanted to do. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up the video.
I wish
pull up the video.
If y'all got that link for that KS video, talk about, please send it to me. Orissa says she just saw it.
Or that
I got
I've been looking for that clip forever.
Where that guy, he gave his baby mom some money to get his son a PlayStation 5, and instead she went and spent it on her other kids and was telling the guy, oh, well, their dad isn't around and they need stuff. He's like, that's not my problem. She was recording him too. Like, well, my other kids needed stuff and you gave me the money. So, like,
and I
that's
bet you there were women that was co-signing that, like, well, the other kids you should have did for all the kids. Maybe you shouldn't have did. Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't
backwards. Get it. It doesn't make any sense. Just like that whole uproar on the internet where the guy bought McDonald's for his kid and not the other kid, so the mom went and cut it in four. Like, and everyone, oh, he should have brought him all something for what? Those ain't his.
Where they daddies at?
Same way these black women don't want to play stepmama, they don't want to play stepdaddy.
And they don't have to.
And exactly, before he plays the video, I just want to say this. This is why you shouldn't have multiple children by multiple people. I have one son, and I've said this before. My ex would go on to have a baby with another dude after we divorced. She stopped at 2 babies, but now she has, and I'll never forget one day she was fixing her mouth to say, because she didn't get that long into the conversation before I shut that shit down immediately. And to her credit, she admitted she was wrong, and that's something that women rarely do. And, she's just like every other woman. But she was about to say to me something about, basically she was frustrated, like, I hate the fact that I have to deal. Basically she had got into it with old boy and was about to release that frustration on me, and I stopped her ass in her goddamn tracks. I said, it's not my fault that you have to interact with 2 different men on this level. You chose that. Oh shit. My bad, I'm knocking over lights over here. You chose to lay down and have baby with that other dude. That's on you. So if I had another child with another woman, and if I tried to step to you like I'm mad at her and now I got to deal with you, you be telling me to suck that shit the fuck up because that's the choice I made. And she shut up immediately and was like, you right. And she never tried that shit again. Don't bring that shit to me because he ain't handling his business. You chose that. Just like I chose to make a baby with you, you chose to make a baby with another dude after our marriage was over. That's on you. And that's not even a shot to her. That's anybody. When you have multiple children by multiple people, that's you make your bed, you have to lay in it. And another thing as well, Drew was talking about earlier, is that when they hit you, with somebody, it seemed like stepfathers used to be praised, like used to be looked at as doing a noble thing. But now so many of these women lack humility, and they act as if, like this other lady was saying, it's a package deal. Like you're benefited from it. Like you're going to gain something from this. Like it's a good deal for you. No, the fuck it ain't. And then they come like, you better be happy. Like you should be thankful that you can take care of another man's seed. Man, get the fuck out of here. Back to it.
Here it is. Here it is.
If they ain't my babies, fuck them.
Now you get in the bed. Ain't no bed. I bed you when you not here. Every day when you go to work. You like I did something to you. I did nothing to you.
I asked you what the smell was yesterday. You said my breath, right?
Jane, what the? That's a joke.
CL, I'll rock with you. I'm on it.
You saw the instance in right there?
No.
All it was some spray on the floor. What the fuck is spray? I got to do with anything. I did nothing to you. I take care of your kids.
But don't take care of them. Yeah, that's nasty.
I did nothing wrong right here. Nothing but help you.
Like you haven't been, like I haven't been helping you.
Why are you doing?
If anything, you've been making us late on rent.
Because this your fault.
This your fault. This your fault.
My mama.
I had my hair for the rent.
Man, hell. Damn my hair.
Why didn't you have your hair?
Why'd you record? Oh, wow. Great. I'll take that back.
That right there, that's emotional terrorism right there. And did you see the little boy looking back at his mother when he was doing it though? Like, I'd have slapped the shit out that little boy. I don't care.
Yeah. I'd have field goal that kid through the sheetrock.
Facts.
I'm dead ass.
Talk to him, Drew.
Yo, listen. I've dated women with children, and only one of them, it went kind of like within the year. But I told her one day, I said, yo, your son he's out of line. He told me one day, we was out at Ride Playland. It's like an amusement park not too far from me. And I paid for everything. And he's eating a hot dog and he's like fidgeting and stuff. I said, oh, yeah, sit down, shorty. You know what he said to me? You're not my dad. And you know how you got to put your arm around a kid? You ever had your father put your arm around you and you're in public, but it's not a love thing. It's like you're in the death lock because he's squeezing your shoulder. So I gave him that. And I said, listen, I ain't your dad. Where's your dad? Oh, I'm sorry. He's away in jail. He's not coming out.
Sorry, man. I got to do it this time. Drew cracks me up, bro.
That hot dog was $6. I'll be damned if you drop it. Sit your ass down and eat this hot dog.
Talk to him.
He ain't eating nothing. You ain't eating nothing. Right. Tell your father to get it.
And he stood there with the hot dog. She come up. She's like, what happened? I said, ask him what happened. And she tried to say, well, you got to relax. I ain't got to do nothing. I done put grocery in the house. I done bought this shit. I'll ask him to sit down. I said, did he tell you that what he said to me? He said, I'm not his father. And guess what? I'm not. I had no, I eventually left her ass, but I mean, come on.
Who want to deal with that?
Nobody.
I knew at that trip I didn't want to deal with it. She just had a fat ass. I was with it for the beats. I was in my 20s. And when I got done, I was done. When she was replaced by the chick with no kids with a fat ass, I left her.
Right.
She was supposed to say, yo, chill.
Facts,
I'm trying to get you a new daddy. Chill.
Like, you gotta
your
act
daddy
right.
ain't coming out.
They should have a plan, right? They should just have a plan where everybody got some act right. Everybody know how to behave. Everybody is making this, like catering to this man that we trying to bring in here to take care of us. Like, you're not the prize. You and the baby are not the prize to this man that doesn't have one. So I don't know why they think that. Like, y'all need to be reeling him in and showing him what's beneficial to him being a part of the family. Man,
I got another offer
Out
here.
here with a fat ass that ain't got no kids.
And that's just what I did. That's just what I did. And that's what I tell these sisters. You
That's
35,
funny, brother.
and let me park here for a minute. These chicks be 35, right? And they, let's say they're in shape, but they got a kid. Well, you know what? Let's say they have no kid and they ain't shape. They 35. Now they're sitting across a 42-year-old and he's making himself something. He's made something of himself. He's 6 figures, middle credit score, damn near 800. He got his own house, his own car. Now he's looking to reproduce. And now the shorty's sitting across the dinner table from him. And he says, okay. And I ask these chicks, but what would you tell that man? What do you bring to the table? And they start leading with how much money they make and their education. As if we give a fuck about any of that.
Facts. Shout out to the homie Eric Jordan. We got California in the building, bro. EJ says, I would have left that chick and her bad, no good kid. Bro.
It's good.
The Melanin A1 said it as well. She's like, this dude's weak. There's a lot of weak dudes out here, man. It's a lot of weak dudes. And it's crazy to me because I'm not a weak dude. I have a backbone. So whenever I see men not having backbones, it's bizarre to me. And of course I wouldn't, it's not 100%. Of course it's not 100%. But I think it's a fair assumption to make that the majority of these men who behave like that, they didn't have fathers in their lives, man. In their lives. And I'm saying, man, as a dude who grew up with a dad, I can see it in other men. I grew up with a father. I can see in other men guys who didn't. Like, you can just tell in their behavior. And of course, that doesn't apply to all men. And I've said this before on my channel. Men who grew up without fathers can become real men, can become productive men, but they're at a disadvantage. They have to work towards it. But if you never had that guidance, what's the likelihood of you making it? I'm sure some guys in my chat right now who grew up without their dads and have become, men of principle standing on their square. But it has to be, it just has to be much more difficult. And it's unfortunate, man. But a lot of those weak men, I promise you, they grew up without fathers, they damn self. Because that's some beta ass shit, man. Back to it.
Right.
So I asked the woman.
Appreciate you, EJ.
Okay, let's say you bring in the education and you bring in your own money and whatever. Somewhere there's a college student built better than you with younger ovaries. You got to tell that man why it's beneficial for him to pick you instead of the girl that's 25,
right?
Instead of 35. Go. And you'd be amazed at the shit I hear. You'd be amazed.
Run, Daniel. I know you did.
You see, it's about money. It's about money and stature. That's not what it is. Like, that man need a peace of mind. Can you keep a home? Can y'all have a conversation and you not doing all of this yelling in his face?
Can you raise a child? Can you raise a child?
Can you
Are
cook?
you a good mother?
Can you clean? Can you?
There's more to parenting than just popping them out.
Men are so simple, but women make it very hard. Men are very simple in what their needs are. You know what I mean? You respect your man, you keep a house, you be his peace, you build him up. It's not all about the things. It's not even about sex. Yeah, they want sex, but I
said this the other day.
That's not going to get you everything.
I said
and
this
that's
exact
what these women think. If I just lay on my back, because after we have sex, do you like me? What we're going to talk about after we finish screwing. So it's more than just sex. And they don't get it.
Check this out. Y'all remember months ago, right, check this out. I did a show a few months ago. And I reviewed a woman that, and I don't like talking bad about certain people, but I match energy. And this woman did a TikTok. And we're going to get to your TikTok in a minute. But this woman did a TikTok. I know you saw it.
Tell them, Selena.
About her standards of what she wants in a man. And they were so off the rails. And what made it worse was that shorty looked like Biggie with a bonnet on. Do you remember that video?
I did, yes.
And
she's
the only thing nice about her, she had straight teeth and she had a nice voice. But I was like, is she for real? Because I'm like, a chick that looks like the baddest chick in the world wouldn't get that from me. She wanted to go on 2 vacations and she don't want to cook and nothing. And I'm like, on top of that, who this fat ugly bitch thinks she is? On top of that. Yeah. And then now, if y'all remember,
I love Drew, man.
If y'all remember,
cracks me up.
I reviewed that. And for those of you that was watching my show that night, you know what happened? Because I pulled it up on another YouTube screen. A dating site for Asian women came up.
Oh, wow.
You might not remember that. Who remembers that in the chat? I know Rod was here, Love His Word was here, and I was like, holy shit. I said, I didn't plan that. It was a YouTube commercial. Why to date an Asian woman? And I went through it. And I was on here screaming like, yo, I didn't plan that. And it was like the universe and the internet was saying, why y'all dealing with this fat, ugly bitch? Y'all can go to the Philippines or somewhere in Asia and get an agreeable woman with the hair that they purchase. You dig? And I didn't plan that. Phenomenal Mexican was there. Y'all were there? But Love Is the Word, you was there? You see?
And it's funny, but this is completely random, but it's true. My very first sponsor for the Do Better Squad is Christian Filipina.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
They reached out to me, and I'm like, I'm not even religious. Why would they want me to do ass for them? It's because of the passport, bros. That's the only thing that made sense. Because damn sure, religion and Theo, we already know about that. But yeah, that's what it was.
How dare her? And see, stay here to deal with that, or get your passport and explore your options. Not only in the Philippines and Thailand, but you know the brothers going to Africa too. They don't get no blacker than that.
I know you was, Daniel.
And all these sisters from these other countries are clapping back at these Black American women. That's what's happening. That's what's happening.
Because at first, it's real funny how that flipped, right? Because at first, the Black American women were like, leave those women over there, run from these passport brothers. They just out to get you. Then they just totally turned on them. Now all of a sudden, they stupid and they live with dirt roads and don't have indoor plumbing and they can't read and they can't, seriously.
They ain't got the internet over there. They ain't got the internet over there.
For us just to act right.
Just to act right.
Just act right. What is the problem of just conforming to being a feminine woman?
Because they feel they don't have to.
Talk to us about what you...
Sorry, I was going to say, I think it has to do with a lot of these women were not raised by women. So again, if you weren't raised how to be a woman, how to know the difference between a man and a boy, it's just, this is the result of generations being raised by women that weren't women, that didn't know what the fuck they was doing either.
So how do we fix that? Like, wouldn't you think maybe, okay, let me get a mentor, or why are there women like you and myself saying these things? Maybe I should have a conversation with them, or you know what I mean?
Because we can't fix the problem if no one's going to talk about it.
Rob was there. Yeah, I know Rob over there.
Hey, there's a problem here. Somebody has to step up and say, hey, through all the bullshit, let's just sit down and take some accountability real quick. Raise your hand if you need to be held accountable. It's having those conversations, and it has to come from us Black women. It can't come from Black men. It can't come from people outside of our community, because how can you relate to anything I'm saying when you do not look like me? As a Black woman, I can relate more to you than I can to Drew. That's just a fact, because we're two Black women. So again, it needs to be heard and it needs to be said, coming out of the mouths of people that look just like them, Black women.
But you know what, sis? When we do that, when I try to have those conversations, I'm a mammy, I'm an Aunt Jemima, I'm a pick-me. And I have to tell these women every time, I've already been picked. You can look at my hands and tell. My children got their father, which is my husband. I have been picked. All I'm trying to do is school you and tell you, things that I learned later on in my life. That when I'm teaching my daughter how to be a wife, you know what I mean? That's what we're missing. We're not teaching our kids, our daughters, how to be wives. You know, I don't deal with men because women are like, well, what about the men? What about, I let men deal with men, right? And I let men do that. Who am I to tell a man what he should be doing? I'm talking to you.
Facts. Tell them. And then the other thing is when the women say, well, talk to the men. I've said this before. We were talking about the Love Dorsey video the other day. That's all deflection. I don't like what you're saying, so I'm just going to change the subject, tell them to talk to the men. They just don't want to be told shit. That's what it boils down to. They don't want to be told shit. Corey Joe, did you get my super chat? Corey Joe, I just went back through the whole thing, man. The last one I saw was from Ari Jordan. I did not see yours. I'll search again, but I think she might be out of here, man. But I apologize. I'll catch it on the playback.
You know, and this is what you need to do.
I'll search again. I didn't see anything. Last one I saw was from
EJ. You know what? They lash out.
Right, and it happens to me too. And what I do, block and delete. I don't have time for that shit. I'm talking to the people who want to make a difference here. And there are people out here. There is some women out here that I guarantee they're hearing that little voice in their head, but they just ain't seen the right encouragement to listen to that shit louder. But that's what I do. I block and I delete. I'm not arguing with nobody on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
I can't believe that that's an actual, you know, I mean, that's crazy. The system's rigged, man. It's crazy. Now, I call out the 16%. I call them out by number. I did a whole show on it. Why women are avoiding the 16%. But I grew up with a couple of guys that fit that criteria. Literally 2 guys. And 2 out of 25 of my boys, that's only 2 of them. That's how I know it's not the majority. But I know that those 2 guys, they got a lot of tail from multiple women, and they got multiple children from multiple women. And they're not rich. They're not rich. So, you know, my brother Demon Kennedy and everyone else in the chat, they're asking where Shauna is.
But you know what? I should have looked into that. I apologize for stopping. If you guys don't know who Shauna is, Shauna's been over here. She's been over here once or twice. Shauna I see her at that dude named Dave's chat. And I see her at Drew Titan. I think she came to Dave's chat from Drew. Every now and then she'll sprinkle in here, but it's rarely. Shauna is one of the most argumentative. At first I thought Shauna was just a troll, but then I started seeing her on a regular basis, and I just think she's an excuse-making, disagreeable ass person. I say this in Smoke and Talk chat the other day, man. Shauna, I was going to say Shauna's not welcome here, but she's kind of welcome here. She's welcome here a little bit, Shauna, if you see this on the playback. But she just disagrees with if you see her name in the chat, she's going to disagree with every single thing. And I'm going to say make an excuse, because Drew knows her personally, and I don't know if Dave said it. She's an excuse-making motherfucker. But she makes an excuse for everything, and everything deflects with everything. She doesn't believe data and statistics. And I believe what happened is, Rod, correct me as well. I know I got some guys, Rod, Jose, that be in Drew's chat a lot. I got you, Sloppy Joe. That she's like this all the time. So I think people in Drew's chat is like, okay, we got women up here. Let's talk about it. Shauna, where you at? You awfully quiet today. That's what I think is going to go on. I don't know if Shauna actually ever called up, but let's see. Let's get into it, man, because that's what I want to see.
I don't know. Shauna is a regular. I know her personally.
Let me know in the chat if y'all know who I'm talking about.
She's very disagreeable, and
say,
everything that we're talking. If I was just here talking the same shit again by myself.
I'm sorry to stop it again. Bellarine says she's fired. What's her channel? I looked it up. It's on her. I'll drop her link. I got her name's off the screen, but her channel is her name. She's kind of small. It doesn't have her name on here right now, but yeah, I'll make sure I link it, Bella.
She'd be in the chat disagreeing with everything. Oh, it's not every woman. I never said it was every woman. What I did say is it's a majority of women by way of the statistics. That's what I said. And then it's not we need to address the women. It's, well, what about the men? I always address the men. And what I am saying is it's a small percentage of men that are fucked off. I did a whole show about why women should avoid the 16%, because I'll never for the life of me understand why those 16% of dudes get all the tail. I'll never understand. What are y'all, babies? Y'all are not babies, are y'all? So that's why I'm doing this show, because last week, what was it, Wednesday? I left the show with a cliffhanger. And I said, I'm blaming women for everything. And I think our sister Shawa said, I don't know if she was talking to me or whatever, but I did read in the chat. She said,
no, right. Let me find her link.
I don't know if she was directing it to me. I don't know. And trust me, everyone in here is family, so we can have a conversation. We ain't got to be rude, but we're just having a conversation.
Right.
I don't know if she was talking to me or not, but she said something to the effect of, I'm and I'm pro men leaving the country to go find wives or whatever. Something she said, and I don't know if she was directing it towards me or talking about someone else. I don't know. But what I will say is this.
There you go, Mona. Excuse me, Bella.
I listen. I got younger cousins. I have a nephew.
Get those likes up.
Look, I would rather them explore their options when they come of age, than to stay here and deal with this bullshit. Because marriage in the United States is a fucking trap.
It is, and I apologize for stopping. Derek just left a comment. I didn't have my father. He didn't want to be in my life. Let me bring this up here. Let me apologize. Let me move this right quick. Make sure I can see it. Derek says, I didn't have a father. He didn't want to be in my life. I made sure I was the father I didn't have.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
Salute to you, Derek, man. It's a salute to all my guys who are in that position, man. I realized at an early age, and I won't rant, I promise, that I was lucky that my father was around, because my sister can back it up in the comments. None of my cousins' father was around. I've said this before. 30 cousins. My father and I think 2 other cousins, 4 out of 30 who had active fathers in their life, man. It's so fucking sad, man. So salute to every man or woman, not just men as well. Everybody who didn't have their parents, who still grew up and realized, no, I have to be better than that. I'm not gonna bring babies into this world and not be there for them because my father did it to me, man. So salute to you, bro. That means, man, that touches me seeing those comments, man.
Yeah.
It's a fucking trap, and especially when in states like California, it's a trap. You see Cali Enigma in there, he knows what time it is. He out there. All right. This is a trap. And all
Facts,
of you women that
Dale.
disagree with me, think about your sons, if you have any. Would you want them to bring home a chick that is listening to Meg Thee Stallion on her phone?
Right.
All right. Let me tell you about
Okay, cool,
accountability.
Rod.
Out here in New York, before there was Bloods and Crips out here, we had a bunch of gangs out here: Nietas, Latin Kings, Autobots, Decepticons. There was really gangs out here called Decepticons. They were in Brooklyn, and they were deep, a lot of them. We went through a change in the from the 80s, late 80s going into the 90s. We went from conscious rap, and then something happened. A group called NWA came out.
Salute to you,
And although
Chad.
they were talking about the problems going on in Los Angeles, something that we had no idea was happening over there, helicopters, brothers running through the backyards, and the gang problem and all that. Before we knew about all of that, what happened was gangster rap started to emerge, and it overshadowed brothers and sisters getting knowledge of self. I'm in New York. We used to go to Harlem every weekend to talk to the Africans over there and get the books, and we weren't pledging to anything, but we were just learning shit that we wasn't learning in school. Okay, and we appreciated that, and it was in our music. Public Enemy, KRS-One, Lakim Shabazz, all of these guys were coming out. Common, he was called Common Sense when he came out. That was his name. And we were doing something productive with something that we created, and then NWA came through, and we went back to the Stone Age. And then what happened was, in the 90s, Russell Simmons said, we have to rival the success of NWA. And what happened on the East Coast? A group called Onyx came out. Everyone's running around shaving their heads bald, slam dancing, and walking around mean mugging and carrying guns, and we just lost our way. What a difference 7 years makes.
I thought this was a good point by Drew, because I think Drew said he said he's 47, so they're making about 8 years older than myself. So like when these actions were happening, he's talking like in the early 90s, I was like a small kid. So I kind of was aware of that, how hip hop went from conscious to gangster rap like that. I didn't realize it was such a short period. So this is actually a bit of a lesson for me.
Right.
Okay.
Because I was a little younger at the
To the
time.
Stone Age with this bullshit. We went back to the Stone Age. So when I seen that, my mother didn't. I had all the Onyx albums.
Salute
When
to
I
you,
came through
Dave.
that door, I turned it off. I didn't play it.
Right.
She said, not in my house. When I went to my friend's house, not in my house. I heard that shit. Not in my house. You listen to that West Coast shit? We was like, no, not in my house. I had standards. When I was outside, I never had a bald head. I had dreads back then. But all my friends, a lot of them shaved their heads, whatever. We looked the part, but we knew when to turn it off. We didn't live it. We knew when to turn it off. All right. We held people accountable.
Salute to you, Z-With.
And then when we got a little older, it was time to grow your hair out. There goes Shauna right there. You know, and leave that shit alone. That's what we did. We said that. Okay, there were dudes around our way that was like, yo, I'm trying to live like this.
Cool, yeah.
Nigga, you ain't sticky fingers. You about to get shot. We didn't grow up like that. Stop fronting. A lot of these guys left the Bronx, went somewhere else and got beat up or shot. Trying to live through music. It's called accountability. All right. Now, why is it that at a young age we holding each other accountable, and at adults, women can't hold women accountable to this shit? That's all we're asking. Because now it's out of control, because the result is what? What did I say at the last few shows? It all comes back to these passport bros. Remember when I said we should make a deal, family? Remember when I said, hey, look, man, the brothers are leaving the country now. And I'm going to ask the chat. When I said, yo, man, these black men are leaving the country, what was the response I got? Anyone in the chat, just put. When I say, yo, these black men are leaving the country, what's happening? What did they say?
Bye. See ya.
Bye. Leave. I don't care.
Nobody give a fuck about you, nigga. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Fuck you, nigga. You lame ass nigga. You ain't get no pussy in college, ass nigga.
Go over there and get a wife that can't read.
It wasn't. Yo, look, I hope you find what you find. And
no,
it
was
was
not that.
I'm sorry this happened to you. It was, you ain't get no pussy in college. You a lame ass nigga. You can't get no pussy here, and you probably ugly, and you kicking them in the ass while they getting on the plane.
Right.
Facts. Salute to Drew. Let me grab the super chat here. Cole says, LL Cool J started gangster rap in his own way. Rakim rap changed in about 6 months from being something you did with the DJs to something you did alone. It's just crazy to me, man, because I know I hear Z Whiff. I think Z Whiff's older than Drew, and he confirmed it as well, man. So yeah, like I said, man, I learned a bit. Like I kind of knew about that, but to hear it, like it happened so quickly, was something that I wasn't really aware of. Let me grab the super chat. Let's see here. Salute to the squad. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to Drew's channel. I see you guys are subscribing to Naraya Shiloh. Her link is in the chat as well, but make sure you guys subscribe to Drew. I know a few of you guys already have. Let's get him up to 1,000 subs. I think he needs less than like 40, something like that. Let's see. Shout out to Son Moses says, peace, man. I got you, Son Moses.
I'm from Virginia, where ain't shit to do but cook. Pack it up, sell it triple price, fuck the book.
Appreciate you, bro. Back to you.
Hold on. What about our community? And then when I did a whole show saying, look, we need to make a deal, y'all are still resistant. So I'm out here trying to put my shit where my mouth is, and I'm trying to fix this thing. I'm trying to come up with real options, but if y'all resistant, what the fuck am I doing this for?
Yeah, there we go. All right. Appreciate everybody kicking it today. Yeah, that was part one. And it goes in. I want to see what happens with Shauna, though, because I don't know. Rod said Shauna did call in. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. Y'all let me know. And, we'll be back for part 2 tomorrow, because it's already been almost 2 hours. But, yeah, I thought it was a pretty good video. And we always talk about women not wanting to hear from men. Well, you get to hear from women. And I'm just gonna read a comment. I'm gonna read a comment that somebody left on my page a long time ago, but I found it recently. What were you saying about Crazy Bone? I'll grab that in a second. But let me find this comment here, because I found this. Somebody left this comment on my page almost, it has to be close to 9 months ago, or around 8 months along, like my channel first started, basically. Let me see if I can find this. I hope I can find it. I just had it. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I left a comment on, I left a comment on Mediocre Tutorial and Reviews channel once a long time ago. And it was a woman from Kendra G's show. And basically, she was just saying, she had 3 children by 3 different men. And she said it so casually. Let me read you guys the comment I said. I said, the ability to be able to say that I have 3 baby fathers out loud without feeling any type of shame is just insane to me. And that got it got over 1,000 likes. But it was a guy who commented afterwards. And I swear, this one comment has stuck with me almost a year later. And I can't even remember comments I read 30 seconds ago. But my ultimate point, man, was this. I thought this comment was so good. It reads, times have changed drastically. Women have never in the history of the world had it so good. A woman's version of heaven is not having any shame applied to anything she does.
Bang! Bang! It's good!
The last sentence. A woman's version of heaven is not having any shame applied to anything she does, man. And I was glad that comment popped up recently and I got to read it again. I just thought, man, he worded it the best possible way. But salute to the squad. I appreciate all y'all checking in with me. And then we'll be back at it tomorrow, man. See you back. Yo!
Bang! Bang! It's good!
I was 7 in 93. Yeah, man. In 93, I was 10, Glamorous D. God Music, I see you. Appreciate you guys for checking in. And Stephen the Max says, shout out crazy. That's the thing, man. I could do it, but there's some other ones over there too. It ain't Shauna's not even the worst one to me. Like I seen Shauna kind of, and at first I thought she was just a troll. And I was like, oh man, she's just a troll. She's a troll that you guys keep entertaining. But after seeing her in the chat a few times, I'm like, no, she actually does believe this. But there's some other ones that's worse. Shauna is actually welcome over here. It's a couple of one of them other chicks. No, you stay the fuck over there at Drew's channel. You come over here, you getting blocked. I remember one of their names. I don't even remember what the other one is, but you getting blocked. Fuck out of here. Call her Super Glue. What was you said about Crazy Bone? Woke Quill said something about, I think y'all just talking, y'all talking hip hop. Y'all talking hip hop. Okay. Crazy Bone theory about hip hop and the prison system comes to mind. I never heard it, Woke Quill. I'm gonna have to check that out. You know, I'm huge on Bone and y'all the biggest Bone Thug fans back in the day. Yeah, I've never heard his theory on that, but I'll definitely check that out, man. I definitely checked it out. And make sure you guys subscribe to everybody. Bella Reigns. All right, Project Leroy. Bella Reigns, Smoke and Talk, 10 Plus Sounds. I see you, bro. Who else am I missing? Mona D. Salute to everybody. I was 12 in 93. In 93, I was born, turned 30 a few months ago. There you go, bro.
Bang! It's good!
Yeah, bro, I got you about 10, man. I'll be the big 4-0 here in a couple months. And right before that, we're going to hit 1 year in the DoBetterPod. So hit the subscribe button so that we can get to 50,000. 50,000 subs in a year is going to be insane. And your boy is going to hit 35,000 subs. I don't know if it's going to be the day, though. I got to check the numbers. Might be the day, might be the next couple of days. But salute to the squad. I'll be in the chat.
What it do, baby?
Playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you. Shoe program, nigga. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the police. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Make sure you guys link up with 10 Plus Sounds to get you all the intros, outros, all the overlays you need. Let's go.
Remember the 5th of November.
The streets! I'm a bitch from the streets! I get that money! I get that money! Bitch, give me what you got!
Sonic boom! Get over here!
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool, and fuck you, I'm out.
And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
I mean, Hollywood is crazy. Give me a break. First they had The Mexican with Brad Pitt, and now they've got The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. Well, I've written the film. Maybe they'll produce my film. The Last Nigga on Earth, starring Tom Hanks. How about that?
I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
It rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Oh, yeah.
What happened to your chef?
There is powerful niggardry at work here.
Charlie Murphy! Did you order the code red? I did the job. Did you order the code red? You're goddamn right I did!
Hey, Auntie. A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of a sheep.
Who is it you think you see? No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No, I am the one who knocks.
You know, he would step across the line. Habitually, he's a habitual line stepper.
I'm like, fuck you and fuck her too. Is your landlord ready to evict you? Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing. Does your girlfriend think you're a fucking worthless loser? Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing. I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane!
Out in the street, they call it murder.
I'm a PhD.
Call me bitches.